we're going to start in Simril.
Right.
I think that's kind of what we all kind of agreed on there. I think that's really a good start. Now, I kind of like to go over y'all's characters just a little bit more, just to kind of get an idea. I've got printed out a picture for Pixie, but I don't think he's not gonna. Can he see? Can you see?
I can see.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean, the name kind of made me think immediately short hair, but I looked for something that just kind of seemed similar to what we're going for. No armor really. You chose to have the light armor.
It was a dueling letters for her, I think.
Yeah,
dueling.
Yeah. And you got the picture that I found for my character, Hanu, correct?
Yes, I've got it right here. I printed it out as well.
Right.
And I was actually trying to get some art for some of the other characters I want to introduce y'all to. But that's when I started having all kinds of internet problems. And then it said, update time. So if we're going to start in Simril, we're kind of making the assumption that y'all have met Hanu or Hanu.
Whichever
is okay. It deals with travel guide as a travel guide in the Borderlands, and of course Pixie is coming from North March,
right,
and has arrived. And this is kind of where y'all have met. And what I was going with was y'all have been put together. You are gonna let Pixie come with you as you go through the Borderlands. She's definitely got some business as a living god,
and that's a big deal to me. I'm a devout Ilwraith. I'm a very faithful Ilwraith guy. So
right.
I'm got extra faith and everything. I am devout. I mean, the chance to actually serve a living god directly this way. I mean, I'd kill to do that. So I'm on it.
That's awesome. That works out good then. And okay, I've got Pixie's character sheet here somewhere. I apologize. It's been a long time since I've done this, and I don't have all my paperwork together. My papers are not in order. Here we go. All right. So I figure we're going to meet together to start with Zeb's, the perfect place to meet, the tavern/inn. And it is ran by Mr. Shadish, Talcon Shadish. Just the typical big burly guy that doesn't have very good health. You can tell he doesn't get around very well. So he runs this place though, and so this is where y'all have met up, and we're going to embark from here. And from there, I figure you kind of know the Borderlands. Is there any place that you would want to head to first, or would you want to go to the swamp?
Let's see here. So Simril is here, and that means we've actually got, I guess what I'm asking first, and I've probably heard this already by the time we've got to this point, but where is her destination? Where is or rather, Robbie, what's the plan? What's, tell me.
Okay. So I imagine that Pixie is usually in this area as kind of going around with other Ilwraith warriors to kind of keep an eye on things. Like I'm part of a small contingent of living gods who serve Amberius, who's the messenger of Joel. So like we are part of this living God contingent that kind of serves that messenger on the move scouting type of function, right? And often would accompany kind of, groups of soldiers that might be, doing some type of watch tour around the northern border. I think that one thing that Pixie probably would be interested in is, okay, Simril is right on the edge of the fen, the Meruan fen, which is where these old cities of the necromantic kings were buried, right? I mean, that somewhere, sunken under the fen are these ancient cities that are tied to kind of powerful magic. And I do think that one thing Pixie would be interested in would be, skirting around the fen a little bit just to, take note of whether any of that powerful magic was rearing its head in any shape or form. And there's, I guess, another concern of Pixie would be there's this mountain range which there's a pass going through that mountain range to the land of the ghouls, which the ghouls don't seem like they're really good business, and so I imagine that she's also kind of just interested in making
Robbie,
sure that there
Robbie,
hasn't been any kind of
she's
movement.
basically interested in everything. So I don't care. I'm interested in what I want to know is where are we going? And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, wandering up into a mountain pass for no reason doesn't make any sense to me. It makes more sense to me that you're talking about going into the fen.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a little bit of an explanation why you're talking to me rather than just like hooking up with a bunch of soldiers and parading around the joint. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think Pixie's response is that the fen is a treacherous place, and it's not a kind of place where you're expecting to encounter some large group or anything like that. I mean, really, what we need is we need somebody. I need somebody who is smart about this kind of landscape.
That's
to
me.
Kind of navigate through this area, and need to I need to see if there are kind of any burblings coming up from underneath the fen that might be kind of coming up there, because this is a place of dark and powerful magic, or at least in the days of yore that was the case, and we know those cities are still down there.
I'm all for this, and I have faith, of course, that you're going to be guided by your visions and by divine purpose. And my job is to make sure that divine purpose doesn't get eaten by mutant wolves or something. And so, yeah, I mean, I will, in fact, demonstrate, my commitment with voicing an obeisance, a prayer, or a respectful observance toward your specific, deity, toward your specific manifestation.
Material, I had taken note of that earlier, who is a particularly militaristic god.
Right. No, that's true, because I was in the army before. You can see my war wound, right? The scar just runs like right over my head there. It's actually kind of, it's actually, it's not going to get better, basically. I mean, it's a big, thick scar that's not going to get better. The hair is not going to grow back. And
it's a conversation starter.
Yeah, and so it's no surprise that I served, I had great faith in and learned my observance for that. But of course, I mean, the whole pantheon of the living gods is one unified thing, and so I'm definitely would like to demonstrate my my commitment with the proper with the proper reverence. I recognize this as effectively a holy mission. This is a chance of a lifetime for me. Not because I'm going to make money off it, but because this is a matter of this is a matter of worship, expression. I'm all for it. So is there a particular city that we're hunting for, one of the 6 lost cities, for example? I mean, is there a distance you want to go into the swamp and then sort of divine what it has to show you? Should we plan for an extended trip without knowing how far we're going to go? Or are we looking for a specific thing? Is there a specific kind of how can I best plan for what we're trying to do?
I think the plan is the problem with the 6 cities sunken under the fen is nobody knows exactly what their location is. I think Pixie probably has been, on the kind of, periphery of the fen a few times, and maybe has seen, during one of those previous encounters, came across a place that she was sensing might be close to one of these sunken cities. And so this maybe would be a region that it's not in the heart of the fen, but on the edge of it. But I'd like to kind of return there, and if we can see a way a little bit further into the fen, I think it would be worth kind of making our way in a little bit further.
All right. Well, I'm going to use. I am preparing in my mind to use my traveling skill. My traveling skill is all about using landmarks and useful devices of orienting yourself to do my very best to get you where you want to go. And the first concern is going to be proper equipment. We need to have the right kind of protective or shelter. We need to be able to set up shelters. We need to be able to light fires. We need to be able to manage all the details of rough camping. And one of the nice things about being a living god is you get whichever you want, right? So
at least among the ill race, as long as we're among the ill race, that is correct.
I get that. And we are going to be venturing out of there, but right now we're still in Cymru. So and Cimril is at least friendly, right, to this, as I recall. We're still in.
Cimarron is, yeah, it's kind of like on the outskirts, and it's kind of more outlaw, kind of, but still definitely.
Right. So at least we can get. I mean, what I guess I'm saying is, I'm thinking that we can probably provision pretty nicely without having to dig into, for example, my pocket change.